Welcome back to another episode of Bend in the River. I'm Corey with Mike.
Howdy, Cody.
Uh, I
Welcome
think this
back.
is number five, right?
I think so.
Episode five, I think. Yeah, episode five. So far, so good. Having a good time with it. Again, let's just kind of dive right in. Our first thoughts this week are the Chicago Bears, at least for me, because, man, these guys are killing me the last three
Yeah.
weeks. Like,
It, again, it wasn't pretty. It was not a pretty
no.
game. Williams didn't particularly play well. I didn't think Ben Johnson particularly coached well. I thought he screwed up the final couple minutes of the game. They should have gone for it on fourth down there late in the game. When you and I were talking about it, that's happening. You want to be aggressive, and then you're going to not go for it on 4th and 4 or whatever it was with a minute and a half to go, 2 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go, whatever. You could have ended the game right there. Right there. And
Yeah.
I did not think he coached a great game today.
Yeah. Well, we were talking during the game, and I'm like, you got to go for it. Like, and
Yeah.
he's Mr. Go for it. He had a moment. I think he got a little gun shy.
Got a
Look,
hiccup.
everybody got to remember it's his first year being a head
Yeah.
coach too. So
He
he's
went
going to
full
make
Kirk Ferentz on
mistakes.
him.
He did.
He went
did.
full Kirk Ferentz
That's what
on
I
him.
was like, I don't need Kirk Ferentz in this moment. Like the Bears defense is not. I mean, they were good today, but they're they're going to give up a drive.
Yeah.
And so I trust the offense more than I trust the defense. So why not go for it? But it worked out.
I was feeling impending doom as Minnesota was driving down the field. And they're going to lose again. I mean, missed field goal, not going for it on fourth down. Some silly things like giving them a fourth down conversion. It just was going right back into what we saw in week 1. They're going to come back and win the game in the final minute of the game. Then when they scored with a minute to go or 50-some seconds to go, I thought, that changes things a little bit. That gives Caleb a little bit of time. And I thought that was the one thing that Ben did do well, which I was hoping he would do, was call those timeouts there when basically they either had to get a touchdown or nothing to save himself some time. I thought that was the smartest thing he did all day. But yeah, once the Bears got the ball back with them 50-some seconds to go, I thought, okay, I think they have a chance now because this is what Caleb does.
And I get it. This is a different team, and we've been used to being let down since Lovie Smith got fired. I mean, there's been nothing good since he got canned. But yeah, I agree with you with Ben Johnson and his timeouts, how he utilized that. And you could even tell with Kevin O'Connell on that final drive, he's trying to run it a little bit more.
Yeah.
He knows, we can't leave time on the clock.
Yep.
Because, I mean, honestly, let's be honest. I mean, I think it was Kyle Brandt threw a tweet out there, the Bears are now the comeback team. You cannot leave time on the clock for the Bears with the game on the line. Like, you have to do better job time management because now I'm fully confident Caleb would have drove down.
Yep.
He would have been fine.
They'll take the kick return.
But the kick return was great. And I mean, that set it up perfect. I mean, that gives you, that opens it up. You're just running the clock off, hope to get like a 9-yard run, maybe another first down, get closer with which Swift did. And he ran on the right side, which Wright had a bad game, I thought, today.
He got bullied. I thought the line got bullied quite a bit on some bull rushes. Yeah. I thought the line did not stand up to bull rushes today.
But man, that's Flores' defense, and
he's a good defense coordinator.
I was, of course, I didn't have anyone to talk to about it in the car because no one but me knows anything about it. But I'm just like, can someone hire this guy in the AFC? Like, stay out of the NFC, but hire this guy because I think he's a little bit. He's got Caleb's number, I think, just a little bit.
Yeah,
and
he's very. He does a lot to disguise what they are doing.
Yeah,
so it's very confusing, in particular on a young quarterback who's not quite sure what he's seeing to begin with. and then they're throwing different stunts and they're bringing pressure from all different angles and from different places. It's tough on a young quarterback like that. So he'll get better the longer he goes against it. But
Oh
right
yeah,
now, Brian Flores is torture for a young quarterback. Can you imagine what he'd do to
yeah.
JJ McCarthy?
What's that?
Can you imagine what he'd do to JJ
Oh,
McCarthy?
JJ. I don't know. JJ's lost.
He
Hey,
looked bad at times
his
today. Of
alter
course, he
ego
drove him down the
sucks
field when he
too.
needed to.
Yeah, I mean he had a good last drive or whatever, but I mean that was just Nashawn Wright even blew the coverage on that
Yeah.
one, which man, that interception he had, that was one of the best
Oh, that's
interceptions I
impressive.
think I've ever seen. My
Yeah,
goodness.
put him on the wide receiver side.
Right. But yeah, hey, defense did good, and I'm not gonna apologize for shit. A win's a win, man.
Win's a win. You take it however you
Dude,
get
win's
it.
a win in
Seven and
any of these
three.
major sports.
7-3. You go into next week. You got Pittsburgh, who's not an offensive juggernaut. Let's put it that way.
And they might be without
And they
Rodgers.
might be without. I don't know what's hurt. I just know he's hurt.
It's the left hand. So, but they
Huh.
wouldn't go any further. And if he's out with his left hand, though, you're talking, he probably broke it. Now,
Yeah.
if he broke it, I mean, if it's just the finger, he's fine. It's his non-throwing hand. He's probably going to be in the shotgun most of the time at that point. But if you're talking like the middle part of your hand, that's got to be wrapped up. He won't be playing. We might be seeing Mason Rudolph.
We might, but am I crazy? I want to beat Rodgers. I'd love for
That's
Caleb
what
to
I
beat
said.
Rodgers.
I want Rodgers.
Yeah, I'd rather beat Rodgers and say, let's end this bullshit now. Let's just move
Yeah,
on. And that way, nobody can say, well, you never beat Rodgers. No, let's just beat
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Let's let Caleb prove who belongs in the NFC North now, even though Rodgers isn't there. Who owns the Bears
Yeah,
anymore? And let's end it and put him out to pasture. That's my thought. And then go 8 and
I
3
agree.
and going into the real tough part of your schedule.
If you get okay, so if you beat the Steelers, you're now 8-3.
Yep.
Okay. Now, hey, which
Now we're
I
not
know
saying we're
coming
gonna beat
up.
them. Let's knock on wood.
Yeah, if I said if, I don't
Yep.
think they,
We're
nothing's
not counting
guaranteed.
chickens.
No, hell no. That's gonna be a tough game. Um, but have you seen on Twitter the alliance that the Bears fans and Eagles fans
I saw
have
that.
done? Oh
I
my
saw
God,
that.
for like the past 2 weeks, they've
Yeah.
just been, you got Eagles fans yelling, let's go
Oh,
Bears
Packers
at the
fans are all
stadium,
pissed
Bears
off.
fans, let's go Eagles. Yeah, so it's crazy. So big game though tonight for the Eagles. But if you look at the Bears schedule, so they got the Steelers, okay, which I think that's a big game. I mean, I think you gotta win that. You're at home. That's gonna take you to 8-3. Then you got the Eagles, so
Where's that
the
at?
camaraderie splits up, but um,
Is that in Philly?
tough game. It's going to be a tough
Is
game.
it in Philly?
It's in Philly,
Yeah.
Black Friday. So then you got the Packers in Green Bay.
What
So
time
you
is the
get
Black Friday game?
2 o'clock.
Okay, that works.
It always works for me. I don't care what else is on. That works. Um, but then you got the Packers, which I think the Bears could get one of those at least. Okay. So I mean, if you beat the Steelers, you're 8 wins. You want to get to 10
Yep.
wins, right? For playoff spot 11 for sure. I mean, if you beat the Steelers, you're at 8. You got the Browns. I think you could beat the Packers one of those times.
That's 10. 10, I think, gets you in.
And then you got the 49ers, which
That's going to be tough.
I think you can beat the Niners.
But that's out there, right?
It's out there.
That's a loss.
And then
Brock Purdy's back.
you got the
playing
Eagles
tomorrow.
and Lions. So you got the Packers twice. So after the Steelers game, you got the Packers twice, Eagles, Browns, Niners, Lions.
Yeah. It'd be nice to get an upset somewhere there, but I'm not. I think if you get to 10 wins, you're in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the Bears can beat the Niners. I think the Niners are kind of sluggish and similar to us a little bit.
Yeah.
But it'll be a sloppy game. The Lions, I think will have a better showing. Well, that could be a big game if that can determine a playoff spot. But it's nice to sit
It's
here and
on a
talk
Sunday night
about,
too.
geez, yeah. I
It's
mean,
on
we're
a Sunday
talking
night.
about playoffs,
Yeah.
potential playoffs at this point, which is crazy.
So I had on a single game parlay today. I had Caleb. I had what I thought. I picked the low ends on everything. I had Caleb over 220 yards passing. Nope.
Yeah.
And I thought for sure he was going to get. I mean, he's usually right around there somewhere. I had him for 1 touchdown pass.
Nope.
Nope. I had Burden for over 25 yards receiving. And I had the guy who's pissing me off the most, DJ Moore, for over 50 yards receiving. Catch the damn ball. Catch the ball. That's a huge play if he catches that ball. And it probably puts Caleb up over 220, and it puts him up over 50. Catch the damn ball.
And you don't have a last second victory, most likely.
No. I mean, it's right in his chest.
Him and Burden had key drops.
Yes.
And Burden's Mr. Sure Hands.
So when you were in the car, were you watching?
Oh yeah.
So tell me if you caught what I caught. And maybe I'm all wet here. But did Loveland get benched for a little bit?
See, I was wondering because what's his nuts was in there. And I almost messaged like, did he get hurt?
I think he got benched for a little bit.
Well, I saw after one of the plays, Caleb really in his face. So
yep,
he obviously messed up.
And then right after that is when we didn't see him.
Was it one of those illegal formations?
I don't know. It might have been
where they blamed it on the tackle, obviously, because the tackle's where the tackle's supposed to be, but the wide receiver or tight end is not.
Well, when I saw Caleb frustrated, I could see him like doing this hurriedly, like motioning him, tell him to get his ass to the other side. He was clearly, I would say, lined up in the wrong spot.
But that's what I was wondering is after that first illegal procedure, if that's where he kind of got in the little doghouse, but he had that key first down. This is the same play that they had against Cincinnati.
He did, but that was after he was out. I thought it looked like he was out for at least a couple series.
Yeah.
I think he was
first I was concerned he was hurt.
That's
I was like,
what
wait a
I
minute,
was worried
about.
So that's why I wonder, because I hadn't heard anything about him being hurt, but he was. But I saw that video package when they came back from a commercial, I think, and it was Caleb clearly frustrated, and it looked like to me with Loveland, and I thought, uh-oh, that's a problem. And the next thing you know, he's not on the field. So yeah, I thought it was a little bit of a benching there. Hey, why don't you think about this for a minute, and then get your ass back out there? Which I'm glad he did, because he's better than that Smythe guy. I've never even heard of him before.
Yeah, he's just kind of one of those journeyman, I think, tight ends, and he's good in there to block. He's not a Colston Loveland, but yeah, hey, good. I don't care. I mean, let's do it. But hey, I'm just happy the Bears won. I mean, we're 7 wins. 7 wins.
Hey, you know what's becoming a little bit of a problem though? Caleb Williams throwing the ball downfield. Vertical passes downfield. He's hit crossing patterns. Vertical passes over 20 or 30 yards. Man, he's missing some people. He had DJ Moore wide open in the first quarter today.
And he could have nailed Roma Dunze.
What's that?
Roma Dunze. The first one was Roma Dunze that he missed too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think it's becoming a problem.
And that was his bread and butter in college.
Yeah. Sometimes
was his accuracy. So I don't know. I'm not gonna.
I think he's so accurate to the sides, to the outside the hashes, and I think he's accurate over the middle on crossing routes. It's the vertical routes I think he's struggling on right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I think he nails Rome on that one. If Rome didn't stutter step, but that was part of the route.
Yeah.
So I think Caleb had it there, but I don't think Caleb took into account his stutter step. Yeah. So because if it was just a straight beat, I think he had Rome. DJ, he just completely He
Yeah.
just completely missed that one. That
Yeah.
one was like, I don't know, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I was watching on my iPad and a couple times wanted to chuck it
Yeah.
out the window of the car, but
Yeah. DJ only had one catch for 18. Romo was only 2 for 45. Menunge only 12 for 23. Your boy. Swift was 21 for 90. Caleb was only 16 for 32, 193, 68.9 yard rate, or 68.9 rating is pretty bad. But here's the other thing too: is this why are they giving up all these leads in the fourth quarter? I mean, we're starting to feel like Iowa-ish here. I mean, they're up 16-3 entering the fourth, and then again they lose the lead. You got to figure that out. And I don't. It's not like I can put it on one thing other than the defense gives up a lot of points in the fourth quarter because the defense isn't very good. And now are they going to be without Tyreek Stevenson? As soon as you get Jalen Johnson back, you might be without Tyreek Stevenson. I've never heard anything else about the injury. I just know he was out.
well, I think as far as the Bears are concerned, as far as blowing these leads, one, the defense isn't that good.
No.
I mean, it's if you look at statistic wise, they're the lower tier.
Yeah.
So I think that's a problem.
Yeah.
And I think the other problem is they haven't learned to convert field goals into touchdowns.
Yeah.
You know, if these couple field goals that we had were touchdowns, this game's over in before halftime. And you're
Yeah.
talking, we get the ball first in the second half, and you're up, 24-3. I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
I'll take another
So
thing.
I think that's part of the problem. And I think Ben Johnson today, at least, he got scared,
You got conservative.
which I don't. That's not him.
No.
He's the guy that has gotten the league to go for it on fourth down, and he's the guy that did not go for it on fourth down. What was Caleb's passer rating today?
68.9.
Hey, he was 55.7 in week 1 against Flores.
Well, there's some improvements.
So, I mean, but still, Flores got him.
He's
Got
good.
his number. I'm glad they're done playing each other, and I hope somebody hires him.
Get him out of the division.
Yeah.
Get him out of the division. Well,
Yeah.
I'll go to. Do you have? I was going to go to my good, better, best.
Yeah, let's do it.
There's really not a whole lot that stood out. My good, I went Cairo Santos. Even though he missed a field goal, he still went 4 for 5, hit a 54-yarder. Man, that one in the game, I thought that was hook and left, and then it came back right. He had a little bit of fade to it. But halfway there, I thought it was missing left. My better, DeAndre Swift. I said it before, 21 for 90. I think Menunge is better between the tackles. I think Swift provides a little bit more of a punch outside the tackles. And he picked up the blitz a couple times today pretty good, but I thought Swift looked quick. My best is Duvernay. Huge return when they needed it because he really hadn't been that great before then, but they needed that return, and he almost got him back into field goal range just by himself. So now, that being said, he got a big hole to go through too. They did a great job of blocking that, and with no penalties, which you see a penalty 90% of the time on a good kick return. So just the whole special teams on that one play played well, but you got to give it to Duvernay for bringing it back pretty much into field goal range all by himself.
All right. Well, hey, my good is Nashawn Wright. I know he blew one at the end of the game, but probably had one of the best interceptions I've seen in a long time. And to get this stat, the league leaders in interceptions. Now, I got to verify this. This is a tweet I just saw earlier. Kevin Byard, 5.
Yep.
Tremaine Edmonds, 4. And Nashawn Wright, 4.
Nashawn Wright has 4 interceptions?
4 interceptions. 4 interceptions. Yeah.
He's like Dave Kingman.
Right.
He's either home run or strikeout. He either does a great job and gets the interception, or he's like He's like burnt toast. One of the
Yep.
two. There's no in between for him.
Yeah, he would be my good. My better is, I mean, the running backs.
No, don't say
I
running
give it
backs.
Bolt. You got to give it to Bolt.
Why do you have to give it to both?
All right, I'll give it to Manungai.
You're gonna give it
My guy,
you're gonna give it to 12
your
for 21.
guy, our guy,
You're giving
Manungai.
it to 12 for 21.
Yeah, yeah. Bears got that touchdown. Who was that touchdown? Who scored that touchdown? I must have
Uh,
missed that.
yeah, it was hard to see when the 3 yard average or the less
Who
than
was?
2 yard
Yeah,
average.
who was that?
The
I
two
couldn't
yard average
remember.
was so impressive.
The best running back in the Big Ten last year got
Yeah,
that
that's it.
touchdown. Manungai. And my best, Caro Santos. Uh, it's Caro Santos. It's a game winner.
Yeah.
Look, if he misses that, I want him off the team.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Everybody
Jake
wants him
Lou's
off
the
the
kicker
team.
next week if he misses it.
Right, right, right. I want him off the team if he misses that field goal.
Yeah.
He made it.
Yep.
So I'm going to give him my best. So why not? Why not? If I'm going to kick him off the team if he misses, I might as well give him the best when he makes a game-winning field goal after he had missed a field goal.
Yeah.
Which I was yelling.
Yep.
I'm like, this is the wrong hash mark. With the one that he missed, I'm like, he don't like the right hash mark. He missed. And this one, it looked like it was going to be the same way. It was hooking left and kind of straightened out. So I was happy about that. So yeah, I give him the best. He won the game.
Yeah.
Got
He did.
got us in the 7 wins. So I'm in there.
You know
Yeah.
who got the best for their team today, and is making a lot of people eat their words. Bryce Young threw for I think he ended up over 400 yards for the day, and he's playing some good football right now. That general manager who got fired all of a sudden ain't looking quite as bad because he's playing some good football right now.
This just kind of shows, and I'm guilty of it, and for the Bears, I'm guilty of it. I'll look at other teams and preach patience, but with these young quarterbacks, let them grow a bit.
Who was saying that? Who's been saying that for years?
We don't listen to you half the time.
Yeah, well,
anyway.
you should. Because I was the one saying sit people with Justin Fields.
I'm not a big sit guy. I'm fine with in the fire guy.
Unless you're one of one sit. Unless you're one of one sit.
No, I'm fine with in the fire guy. But I think we should be a little bit more patient.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, sometimes it looks painfully obvious, like that they might not have it, like Justin Fields. I mean, he's kind of proven it, but like, so even with CJ Stroud, he had that big game, and I hate CJ Stroud now because he tried to big brother Caleb Williams, and ever since then CJ has kind of been average, but you know what? Stick with them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to replace him, and if you're the Vikings, you got to stick with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
You could see he's got something in him.
Yeah.
He's got a fastball in him.
But man, he's wildly inaccurate at times.
Very. But you got to stick with them. Got to stick with them. I mean, this is his second year in that offense, and he did have a sit year. Yeah. But you got to stick with them.
But here's the thing that, as I listen to scouts and things like that people, when we talk patience, but fans are fanatics that they don't take into account. Mitch Trubisky had 1 year as a starting quarterback, and he should have never been drafted as high as he did. That was an idiotic move. But then you look at other quarterbacks. They have one good year in college, and they got 10 games, and they end up getting drafted high. Look at Tyson Bagent. There's a reason Tyson Bagent came in and was at least able to be a serviceable quarterback, because he started 4 years in high school, then started 4 or 5 years in college. He was a starting quarterback for like 8 or 9 years in a row. Well, that's a big thing. at that point. That's a big freaking deal when you're playing that much football as opposed to guys who sit for 3 years, play one good year of football, and then get drafted. That just makes no sense. No sense whatsoever.
Well, you also got to include Bo Nix in this thing. He
Yeah.
like 38 right now?
Yeah.
He's
He's collecting
38.
Social Security.
Right.
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
turning in his 401k.
but you got to stick with them. Like there was rumors now that they're talking about moving on from him.
Which is insanity.
And it's like, wait a minute here. Okay, he had a good rookie season. Okay, he's struggling this year. He's not the quarterback that he was last year.
Yeah.
Okay, he's having a software slump. But why move on from? Well,
Yeah.
why would that even be a rumor? Like
Well,
this is another guy you stick with, especially if you have Sean Payton as your head coach.
yeah.
And the rumor came from that's what Sean Payton is saying. It's like, look, I gotta find my guy that. Well,
And how are you going
dude,
to find that? In the middle of the draft, how are
yeah,
you going to find that?
right. You're
I
gonna
mean,
be drafting another maybe Bo Nix.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because
You know,
the kid from Mendoza is going to be gone, and he might
yeah.
be the only one worth taking right now.
Yeah, but you're not going to be. Their record is decent.
Yeah,
So I mean, they beat the Chiefs today. I mean, they're pretty golden up there.
yeah,
But um, so you're going to be drafting lower anyways.
yeah,
So what? But again, I think he's another example. I think he was good because he had a lot of playing time in college.
yeah,
And a
absolutely.
lot. He's a
Lots of
lot
reps.
older. He can handle it. And he was better. And this year he's not. But next year he could be. Why would you move on? So when I heard that or read that was like last week. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's got to be someone spewing some shit
yeah,
because there's no way I can't see Sean Payton moving on. Oh,
no,
he had one good year. And of course, the big talk was how he hated Caleb Williams. Caleb
hmm
Williams isn't good, blah, 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 blah. And then now all of a sudden, Caleb's elevating, Bo Nix is going down. And then now you're going to sit there and say, I'm going to look to move on. I don't see anyone in college ranks that you can get at this point that's going to be better than Bo
yeah,
Nix.
yeah. Speaking of not getting better, Iowa Hawkeye football. I mean, what is there even left to say? Or I don't know that anybody was astonished when USC decided to come back on them, which is basically what happened. Is Iowa went down, threw the ball. Just looked like they were playing USC back in. Was it Stanley's last? Was it Stanley? I forget who the
It,
quarterback was. Amir Smith Marset was there playing
yeah,
in the
it
Holiday
was
Bowl.
Stanley.
They just moved the ball downfield, throwing the ball, was aggressive, stayed that way for a few minutes, and then completely put the ball in the freezer and tried not to win. Tried not to lose, I should say.
And their defense got beat
Yeah,
up in the
yeah.
second half.
Well,
Just
again,
like they got beat up again, with Oregon.
again.
Defense. Yeah, the
Yeah,
defense struggled. The offense, there was no offense in the second half.
no,
Zero, zilch, nothing.
no.
Nothing happened with the Hawkeye offense, and it was frustrating. And 99.9999999% of the time, I'm right. But I had to finally admit that you were right, that I should stop expecting anything from a Kirk Ferentz team except for 8 wins here, maybe throw in a 9 win, get lucky, get a 10 win, lose a big game, and you're out type of thing. And then, that's what we're looking at. They're stuck at 6 wins right now. They're going to win next week. They got what, Michigan State next week? Is that right?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Could beat
Michigan
them. You got
State.
Nebraska the following week, and Rayola's out.
Yeah, so you're probably at your 8 wins,
Yep.
and unless you totally blow it, and you're at 7.
Yeah.
And then now you're at your regular scheduled bowl game. whatever that may be. Now if you want a better bowl, you just got to hope a couple other teams lose, and then you're not back at fucking Nashville again.
Yeah, it,
it's
it,
frustrating.
it's
It's so
frustrating
frustrating.
because it's like they don't learn from their mistakes. We're trying to win the way we won 10 years ago. And we had a conversation last week, but when you face USC, when you face Oregon, when you face Penn State, Indiana typically hadn't been that way, but I think they had a pretty substantial recruiting class come in as far as transfers. I know you don't believe in stars. I think there's a reason that Alabama is good. I think there's a reason that Ohio State is good. I think there's a reason that Michigan is good. I think there's a reason that Oregon is good every year because they get 4 and 5 stars in every single year. And they have 70 of them on their team, whereas Iowa has 12 of them on their team. And I think the frustrating part is when you do have that team or you do have your shot, they go so conservative and they don't play. They're playing not to lose, which is what we
Yeah,
talked about with the Bears earlier. They play not to lose instead of just put your foot on their damn throat and step on them and
yeah.
kill them when you can. And they just don't do it. And it's been that way for years. And it's so frustrating. Why would you change what you were doing in the first quarter? I don't get it. Now. Gronowski missed some throws. He threw some ducks out there, and I think that scared
Mm.
Ferentz. But you got to trust
Let's
him.
get a quarterback. Like,
Yeah.
let's get a quarterback then that can freaking throw the football. Like, let's. But again, it's Ferentz. He wants a guy that plays conservative. He wants a quarterback that plays
But
conservative.
he didn't. He didn't at his previous stop. He did. That wasn't him. He threw for over 10,000 yards. That wasn't him. It's Iowa. I keep telling you guys this. Spencer Petras was a record-breaking quarterback in high school. He was a good quarterback at Utah State. These guys all could throw the ball. And they get to Iowa and they scare the good out of them. It's crazy, and I don't understand why they do it. Just get a guy just get a running back and put him back there if that's what you're gonna do.
So, what do we do at this point? Like, are we getting to the point where if you're looking to move on, I mean, you want Kirk Ferentz to move on in his own terms.
Yes.
You want to be as respectful as possible with it. But sometimes it's hard not to be respectful, and sometimes you just have to make that difficult decision that, hey, we got to move on. Kind of what they did with
Yeah.
Hayden Fry a little bit. I mean, this cycle's. I mean, I don't think Iowa would compete with anybody that's going up for the Florida
No,
LSU jobs and
they're in a different
Penn
realm.
State and stuff like that. But you could get yourself a Pat Fitzgerald.
He would be the play right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're either looking at him or LeVar Woods. That's your play right now.
Or the guy from North Dakota State or whatever.
Yeah.
Could be another one.
You can't, whatever you do, I want Ferris to be there as long as he wants to be there. I think he's earned that. I think that when everybody has to have a job review at the end of the year, though, everybody does. So at a certain point, you got to ask him, why are we continuing to lose these games? And why are we losing like this? And what are we doing? What changes are you affecting to make this better?
But Kirk will say, I'm doing the same thing I've always done. I've got a successful program. We're close to double-digit wins every year. This year, I mean, he could easily sit there
Yep.
and
And I'm
go,
the all-time winningest coach in the Big Ten.
I'm the all-time winningest coach in the Big Ten. As of today, he could sit there and go, we're 4 points away from being 10-0. I
But
mean,
but the other side of that is you can also say you haven't beaten anybody with a winning record. You haven't
Correct.
beaten a ranked team in 5 years, however long it's been, 4 years.
Right.
You the standard that you had of being a top 20 team that people have to fear, and they still fear them. Lincoln Riley looked like he won the damn national championship at the end of the game.
Right.
People still
Right.
fear them, and they still think of that as a great win when they beat Iowa. But they are not a national contending team or a serious playoff team, in my estimation, because they don't have the skill players to be that,
But this is,
and they wouldn't know how to use
yeah.
them even if they did.
But this is where the frustration for me comes in. Like, I sit there and look at it, and I'm like, you're 4 freaking points away from being playoff contending team. Like, you're 4 points away. That's a play away.
Yeah,
That's a play away in every freaking game. Yesterday was a half. I mean, you totally just blew it.
yeah,
I mean, you just really chucked the second half. But
yeah,
that one's a little bit different. But the other ones, you're a play away.
yeah.
You're one play away. And it's
Well,
like so frustrating. You're just one play away from being a contender to go to the playoffs. There is a hanging curveball there, and you got Ian Happ up at the plate batting right handed.
yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. Like, you might get that win, but most of the time you're going to swing and miss on that one. And a
But it's,
lot swing
yeah,
and miss, like you said, with the ranked teams.
yeah. And it's like we said though last week. We kind of went. They have to be perfect. Everything has to go their way because of the style of football they play. Everything has to go their way. They can't have these one play away type situations. They have to be better than that because they don't leave themselves any room for error. You look at Saturday, uh, guy gets late hit out of bounds. What are we talking about here? The referees say, "Oh no, that was a legal hit." The guy was 3 yards out of bounds and they hit him. And they said, "No,
Right.
we threw the flag, but now we're going to pick it up and say it's a legal hit." That's something that has to go their way. 2 face masks. One, the guy literally got spun around and did a 360, and it would have given the ball inside of around the USC 30-yard line. Instead, they don't get the call and they end up having a punt away. Then there was another face mask that was pretty obvious that they didn't call. Wetchin, it looked to me like he was out of bounds, but there's a lot of still shots out there saying that he was, or that show that he was in bounds. Those 4 things right there, if 2 of them go Iowa's way, maybe they win the game. All 4 of them went against them, they lose the game because they have no margin for error.
Yeah.
None.
Well, it doesn't help either when you had one of your worst defensive efforts against Oregon, giving up all those rushing yards, and then you give up. I mean, you gave up 26 points to USC, 18 points to Oregon. I mean, you lucked out with Penn State, but I'm not going to give that. I'm not even going to say. I shouldn't even say lucked out. A win's a win.
Yep.
25-24, you won that game. Big game. You
Yep.
shellacked Minnesota. I mean, Oregon. Oregon should have been a win.
Yep.
Yesterday, I mean, we predicted that they were going to lose, but
Yeah.
I mean, when you start out, what was it? 20? It was 21-3, wasn't it? At one point,
Yeah.
like 21. Yeah.
They're
I mean,
smoking.
they
Just
and
they
then
took
you're
the foot
done.
off the pedal.
Yeah.
Let's
Got to
hand
change
off
of
right,
oil.
hand off left.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's frustrating. I know you've been frustrated for a while. It's frustrating to know you're close and know that you just don't want to make the change to go to that next level. I think the one thing we've learned about Ferentz over the years is he's incredibly stubborn. And he ain't gonna change just because people tell him he needs to change. He's gonna. It takes him a long time to realize some changes need to happen, and
Well,
I'm not sure that he's gonna ever make that change to go away from the type of style that he's playing.
but he can sit there and say, "Yeah, I'm the all-time winningest Big Ten coach."
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting you 8 to 10 wins a year. I'm making you money in these bowl games. I'm, you know, I run. I mean, for as many years as he's been there, he runs a clean program.
Yep.
He had a couple hiccups,
I
you
think the
know.
thing though that will start wearing on it is it's been 10 years since they've been really good though.
Well, and the fan base is starting to get a little restless
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point,
You, I,
especially when you see Iowa State, which look, they're choking too.
yeah. I
They're
know
not
you were
any,
a big
but
Iowa State fan, but
huge.
yeah,
Go
you were all
Cyclones.
over them going to the playoffs.
Oh man. Well, here's the thing. They've got it easy over there.
Don't
I don't think they got it easy over there.
math. I know
Yeah, I
math is a
don't think
challenge.
if they went to the Big Ten, they would be the Rutgers of the Big Ten. You know, I
I ain't gonna go that far,
yeah,
but
yeah.
but I know math, and math says it's going to be easier to make it out of the Big Ten than it is the Big 12.
Well, now they're talking about what's the um I forget all these conference names. Memphis, was it Conference Memphis? They might get two teams
USA?
in. They could sneak in two
No,
teams.
no freaking chance. The SEC commissioner was saying that they deserved 8 teams.
Hey, I don't mind him saying that. I'd like to see the Big Ten commissioner came up there and go, you know what? We should probably just have all Big Ten teams in
Yeah.
there.
How about people
Because
just
I'm
don't
looking
say
at
stupid shit?
right, I'm looking at the SEC and I'm saying overrated, overrated,
Yeah. Who the hell have you played?
overrated, overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Texas and in Georgia.
That
You
was
know,
that was an ugly game.
Texas is the best team ever.
Yeah,
Texas is
that was an
gonna,
ugly
Texas is
game,
gonna
but
own the SEC, and they're
that was an
trash.
ugly game. But yet, if the Big Ten played that type of game, it's bad offense. If the SEC
Right,
plays it, it's great defense.
right.
Ah, that was ugly.
That's why I'd like to drop. I'd like to do what basketball does. Where they play FCC teams. Where they go back and forth, or
That's
the
what they
ACT
wanted to do.
CC teams. I want to do that. I want to do
Yeah,
that in football
I think
with SEC.
that's the long term goal. I think is what they would like to do. But you gotta get you're gonna get rid of Purdue playing Notre Dame, Iowa playing Iowa State. Uh,
I'm fine with that.
yeah, you got to
I
get
would
rid of
rather
all of
go
that.
up against. I'd rather go up. You know what? Just play Iowa State as your first game of the year. I don't care if you want to keep Iowa State and then
Can't
drop.
you can't
Why
you
not?
can't because
Why?
you're not going to put because two reasons. One, you're not going to put another Power Five team on your schedule. Nobody else is doing that. You're not going to do that. Two, you're going to lose a home game every year.
Well,
You
then
can't.
if nobody wants to do that, then drop Iowa State. I would rather play
That's
an
what they're going to
SEC
do.
team. Good.
Yeah,
I'd
that's what
rather
they're going
play
to do.
an SEC team than an Iowa State team. I would rather go up against in Auburn one
Yeah.
year than
No.
Iowa State. I'd rather go up against was Missouri,
Yeah.
or Vanderbilt, some of those teams. I'd
Yeah.
rather do that and then just start matching up with the SEC.
Yeah.
If that's going to be what it takes to make Iowa to have a better chance at something, then I'm all for it. I don't give.
Do you think
I
it gives?
don't
Why do you think it makes? Why do you think it gives Iowa a better chance to get there?
because everybody argues SEC Big Ten. Period. The end. No one is anybody. Nobody right now is talking about Big 12.
So
Nobody's
you're
talking
no.
about ACC. Now, basketball, different story, but
Yeah.
I'm talking strictly football. But
So
right
you're
now, the consensus is the Big Ten and the SEC are the two big dogs of college
sure.
football.
So
Period. The
your
end.
so your thought is, and I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just trying to I understand what you're saying. You have how many teams are in the SEC now? 16 or 18?
I think. Geez, that's a good question. It's around 16 or 18.
So
Let's
let's
just leave
say
it at that.
everybody plays and the Big Ten wins 4 more games than the SEC. What your argument is that when it comes down to tournament selection, that should be taken into account of who gets extra teams in.
I think so. I think that because look at what now. Granted, this is not college football playoff rankings, But look at like the AP poll.
Mm-hmm.
So you got people voting like at some point before the Oregon game, we were shocked that Iowa wasn't ranked,
Yeah.
and then you got people out there going, "Well, the SEC is a better conference. You know, they deserve more teams." Or I don't look at the middle of the road Big Ten type teams.
Yeah.
You know, and you have that bias, and you're going to have that bias. Now, if Iowa beats Auburn or if Iowa beats an Alabama, and you can do home and away, you know, every year, has to be home and away every year, then I think that reflects in the selection,
Yeah.
right or wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Iowa State, yeah, it's great for the state, and it is a tough game, and it works out for both teams. It could help both teams. But I'm a Hawkeye fan first, and I know that some dope in New York that is going to vote on whatever, they're going to consider Iowa beating Auburn better than them beating Iowa State. It's
Yeah.
just, that's just the unfortunate process
Sure.
of that's my line of thinking. I'm not trying to disqualify as much as I hate Iowa State. I'm not trying to disqualify. I get that that's a tough game and that's a tough matchup. I get it. And it should be part of Iowa's resume. But man, someone out east, someone out west, someone down south, someone in Ohio, they're not going to look at it that
Yeah.
way. Here in Iowa, I could sit there and in basketball and go, "Oh my gosh, what's a good rivalry is Louisville and Kentucky." No one in Kentucky's going, "You know what a good rivalry is in football is Iowa State or Iowa." It's good kind of regionally, but I don't think in a broader sense. I don't hear anybody outside of this little area of, "Oh yeah, Iowa State." We get it. It's a tough matchup, but the people that make these decisions, they don't give a shit.
I think I think you I think years ago that was 100% accurate. Now I think it's not as accurate. I think Iowa State's earned the respect across the country that they didn't have quite a few years ago. And I think all you got to do is look at the ratings. When I played Iowa State this year, they had pretty good ratings for the game this year. I think the ratings were pretty big. So I think that game carries a little bit more than what it used to. I'm not saying it's Auburn, Alabama, but week 2 of the NCAA season, I think this year, I think it got a lot of national attention. I mean, you had Big Noon Kickoff in Ames this year. You had Barstool there in Ames this year. I think for the game, I think more and more it's carrying more weight.
Yeah, but I just, for me,
Iowa,
I just want to see. I'm just looking for what's better for Iowa. I, I don't care whatever Iowa State decides what's better for their program. Which a win over Iowa is better for their program than I think, and I still think a win over Iowa State is for Iowa's
there's
program.
no doubt about it. From more
But
than anything, it's from a recruiting standpoint.
yeah, but I think if you have Big Ten and SEC clashing, now you're getting eyeballs onto that. You're getting conference bragging rights. I love the Big Ten ACC challenges. I love when the Big Ten and the SEC meet up and they have those challenges because I want to sit there. Yeah, I'm not thinking about the Big 12, which
Yeah,
I mean, basketball's different.
yeah,
I mean, we're talking a different sport, but um, I'm not looking at the Big 12 and going, "Oh yeah," now I'm looking at bragging rights between this. But I think in the football and just football standalone, everybody's eyeballs, the top two powerhouses are the SEC and the Big 10. And I text my buddy left and right. He's a big Texas guy, and it's all about, I mean, we're bragging SEC Big 10 games. I'm sitting there like, "Yeah, look at that Indiana game." Or he's coming back, "Hey, Alabama." You know, I just think it has more flavor to it. Uh,
yeah.
and that's what it is. A couple of years ago, we thought the Big 12 was going to be done,
Yeah,
like
we
the
should have
Pac
been.
12. We thought that they were going to be the Pac 12. The Pac 12 came out of nowhere and said, "Watch
Yeah.
this." you
You
know,
you know what the biggest impediment to doing what you want to do is?
Kirk Ferentz.
No, no, TV.
What?
Big
It,
Ten plays on play. Big Ten plays Fox, NBC, and CBS. Big or the SEC plays ESPN.
I think
That's
you
why they
can
had to get
even
rid of
that
the
out.
ACC
As
Big
long
Ten basketball challenge.
I know, but I think you can work it out. If Sony and Marvel can work out Spider-Man, you can work Big
Yeah,
Ten, SEC can work out the TV rights. Just split it however you want to do it. Just split it 50-50. I don't
yeah,
care. Just figure it out. This year the games are on ESPN. Those particular games. Next year they're on Fox, CBS, whatever. Okay? Let's
yeah.
do it that way. Or just whatever, and then both of them split the revenue down the middle, the advertising revenue down the middle. Yes, I know TV is going to be tough. It's a pain in the ass, and
Yep.
TV's most is our worst enemy. And I mean,
But it
look
also
at
brings us the
YouTube
most money.
people. It does, but look at
Yeah,
YouTube. Like right now, I mean, they finally worked out a deal. But what they had 2-3 weeks of
yeah,
no football. I
yeah.
mean, for me, if I was a YouTube guy, I would have been out. I would have
Because you don't have
discontinued
patience.
YouTube. No, of course, because look at Fox and DirecTV. You know, I can't
Yeah,
get a Fox game around here on DirecTV. Like
yeah.
I would seriously consider going to DirecTV streaming, but the Fox thing was no. And then I just went to okay, I'll pay for. I got the Hulu, Disney,
Yeah.
ESPN package, and then the Fox standalone, and then Marquee. I cancel. I know they have Bears stuff, but I go through that on Twitter. So post game stuff. I always go to Bears Hawkeye post game stuff to Twitter. So I don't need that Marquee until baseball season starts in March.
Yeah.
When it starts to ramp up. So
I did the direct TV. I think George Kittle just scored another touchdown. Uh,
did he?
yeah. But then I pay $19 for the Fox right now. Now we'll see if I keep it after football season's over with. I'm not sure how many basketball games Iowa will play on there. But and it's more just Fox local than anything else. We get everything else. So I'm not
Right.
sure that Iowa plays any games on Fox. Iowa will play any games on Fox National, and I don't watch anything on Fox local. So, but then I like having the Chicago Sports Network because I can watch the Bulls. I kind of watch a couple Blackhawks games, and I like having Marquee. And I don't, and I can do all my streaming services. I can pretty much get them all through DirecTV. So I'm just paying one bill each month instead of 7 different bills.
Yeah, I went straight away from. I don't have live TV anymore, um, except for what Fox and ESPN
Yeah.
offer. So I just don't. It's form of sports. That's it. I mean, that's all it is. Of course, I like shows that are out there and on, um, but yeah.
Well,
Speaking of the Bulls, what's up with your Bulls? I mean,
got
come
they're
on
hurt.
now.
Got everybody hurt. They're like Iowa football. They got to have everything go right for them to be good. And Josh Giddey, I think, is a top. He's clearly an all-star player right now. And Kobe White is probably their best scorer. Well, Kobe White hasn't been there all season, and Josh Giddey's been out for a few games. So, I mean, the guy's averaging a triple-double, or pretty close to a triple-double. You're not going to win many games when you don't have those guys. I mean, look at the Celtics. They suck without Jason Tatum.
Well, look, we just won today, so we're 7-7. We're only a half game behind the Chicago Bulls, so keep that in mind. And only 2 games behind the 3 seed that I said the Celtics would be at.
Here's the difference between you and me is I have no expectations, and you think the Celtics are a 3 seed.
Look, championship teams and franchises like the Celtics, we have expectations on our down year.
Right.
See, you have down years, we have a down year. So we
Yeah,
just get
right.
back up, and then we're back into the mix again.
That's it.
But it looks like right now in our down year, we might just be all right.
I'm pretty
You
sure
just don't want the
if I had
Celtics to get
seen
the
it
lottery.
if I had seen it correctly, yeah, Celtics are still gonna be in the lottery. If I had seen it correctly, the Celtics had played the easiest schedule in the NBA up to this point.
That only works in college. That does
Yeah,
not work in
okay.
professional sports.
Okay.
Easy schedule means nothing in
Hey,
professional sports.
speaking of easy schedules, uh, Lynn and I went up to Iowa City and watched Iowa beat Xavier the other day. Xavier has fallen on hard times, and Richard Pitino has not brought in a quality team his first year. I can tell you that. They were not good.
I was shocked that Xavier has Richard Pitino
Pitino?
as a head coach. He doesn't inspire.
No, he looks like a little
I
squirrel.
want to go there and play for Richard Pitino.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, unless I'm getting free drinks at a day's end with his dad, then maybe, but I'm
uh,
not going,
yeah, I don't, I don't, I, I've never been impressed by him. Never been impressed by his teams, but he had a good team down south last year. So I mean, maybe it was his time to come back to a bigger school, but he did not have a good transfer portal because this team isn't very good. Now that being said, we talked about it a little bit on Friday night. You probably said it best. I said disjointed. You said there was no rhythm to the game, and that's probably the best way to put it. I just think that's the way I was going to play. I think I shared it with you guys, where Iowa's offensive and defensive efficiency is pretty good, but their pace of play is like 361 out of 365. So they're not playing faster than what he said they were going to play at Drake. They're
that's
definitely
Licklider
not.
numbers. That's
Yeah,
Licklider
they're like
numbers.
fourth worst. No, I shouldn't say fourth worst, fourth slowest in the country. Now, that being said, they're being efficient about it. They're scoring most of the time. But yeah, it's sitting there, and with 4 minutes to go, they were up by 18-19, and Sturts is standing out there with the ball at his hip, and me and Lynn had to walk down to eat. And what we talked about last week, the restaurants up there close at 9:00 for some reason. So we're like, we got to get the hell out of here. And we ended up just leaving at the 4 minute mark because like we're gonna see 3 shots maybe at the way they play.
Right.
And we got the hell out of there and got down the hill, which tell you what, 70 degrees or upper 60s in November to walk up and down the hill there in Iowa City. It's fantastic.
You got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so
fantastic.
I wouldn't call him Ben Licklider yet, but
No,
we'll see what the Big Ten brings us. But
I'll take.
who they
Well,
got?
we're gonna find
Southeast
out.
Missouri.
They got 2 shitty teams this week.
Tuesday. You're right.
Yeah, they got a shitty
Yeah.
team, and then they got Chicago State, who's even worse.
Then you
I
got
think
Ole
Chicago
Miss.
State's perpetually bad. Then we'll find out the following week. Thanksgiving week, we'll find out if they're any good. But it's still good to see them play defense. It's phenomenal to see them play defense. They play hard. Banks and Manamu, however you pronounce his last name, get up and get rebounds. Banks played pretty good. He was probably the one I was surprisingly impressed with the most. Your guy Isaiah Howard got benched.
He did.
He got benched.
He did.
Was not good the first few minutes, and Bennett had enough. And then he put him back in later in the half, and he still didn't play well. And Cale Combs, who I also thought looked good, started in the second half.
I'm becoming a fan of Uriak.
Yeah, me too. He's gonna be good. Big country.
I'm becoming a fan, and I think I think as the season goes on and you start getting to the Big Ten, he's going to be huge in the Big Ten. I think he's got the right body, he's just a Big Ten player.
Yeah,
he fits that perfect.
And I think he's still going to be a 5 or 10 minute guy at most this year. But I think down the future, he made some passes is what he made from the top of the key. They'd love to get that ball to the 4-5 because the Spaniard made a couple too. they made it, they made some passes from the top of the key to guys cutting that were nice passes. From my viewpoint, man, they were special. It is. I enjoy watching. I enjoyed watching the offense. It's just very slow paced, but they make cuts. It usually starts with pick and rolls. I mean, it's so different than what we're used to. But I thought they're gonna have to sit Sturts more. They're gonna have to. He's played
It's
40
not going to
minutes a
happen.
game, and they've won the last two games by a billion points.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's not gonna make it through the Big Ten like this. I mean, McCullough still doesn't know what he doesn't know. This is the highest level he's ever been at doing these things. And have we ever seen a guy in the Big Ten play 40 minutes a night that you can remember?
no,
I don't remember it. You got to get him. And especially, why would you not sit him in the final 3 minutes of a game when you're up by 20 points? You're not going to lose.
he's gonna. He's gonna try. Well, let's see how many minutes. Yeah, yeah, no sit. Yeah, I mean, 40 minutes, and okay, yeah, Kale Combs out there for 32, and you had
He played well.
Banks out there for 30.
It's definitely turning into the Drake Hawkeyes.
I do like Tate's Sage
I'm a big fan. I have been since I
and
saw his high
Uriah.
school video.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have
Sage and
been since I
Uriah
saw his high school video. I
are
thought
my
Fulgaris.
two freshmen I like.
Yep, I thought Fulgaris played well in some spurts. Koch starts, but then he sits for like 12 minutes until the final couple minutes of the first half. He sits for a long time then. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I don't
because
think
he only had 13 minutes.
Yeah, he's not getting starters minutes, but he's starting right now, and I mean, really the big. I mean, Hausen. How many minutes did Hausen get?
9.
Hold on a second, Corey. I gotta see. Let me know if this changes my audio at all. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't change a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Hausen. Yeah. Hausen. Did you say only played 9?
Yeah, 9 minutes. Only had 3 points.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Howard only 14. Maniau only 18. I mean,
How many did Fulgaris play?
24.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he played quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, I would say that Sturts is obviously their main guy, but I mean, he's playing Banks a lot.
And if Banks can just get just score a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, he had 13 points, but man, just
a lot of puts
if
back.
he could just add scoring to his game more consistently, I would be very happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're still a ways away from what Coach McCollum talked about as far as, well, my team's down in Missouri. They played with such pace and we scored 80, 90 points a game. I don't think he's got his horses yet. And I don't know that. I mean, gosh darn, Cleveland's beating Baltimore. I don't know that you're going to get there, to be quite honest, with this pace of play. How are you going to get these guys when you're the 161 or 361 out of 365 or whatever it is with pace of play?
They still had 81 points.
They're incredibly efficient. That's the thing is it's not. People are going to recruit against it because they're going to say you're going to play slow. You're not going to do certain things. You're going to play slow. But when they get the ball on the other side, they're efficient. They score most of the time. They have it. But it's just going to be a shot under 20. I mean, under 15 seconds for sure most of the time.
I don't know. I'm happy. Basketball is back. College basketball is back. I really like watching it. I was watching the Nebraska game yesterday. You know, just I was curious to see how Sanford would do. He had a heck of a game.
Yeah, he did.
Um, they were playing Oklahoma, so yeah, I was watching more than that. I was at a bar down in Louisville, and I had um, Texas and Georgia on one TV. They had Purdue on another. They had, but I was sitting there. I was just watching basketball.
Yep.
So I was happy to see college basketball. So I'm a fan. I like watching that stuff. But yeah, it's too bad. Hawkeyes lose yesterday to USC.
Yeah.
Gonna get your 8 wins. Don't know what bowl game it's gonna be. Bears
Well,
won. I'm happy.
yeah. Quick Cub stuff. I heard different things this week. I don't know what you heard. I heard different guys saying different things out of Chicago media. Some people saying, "Yep, Cubs are going to be big players in free agency." Then Cap came out and said, "I heard that the Cubs are not going to be big players in free agency. Don't expect them to spend. Don't expect them to be big players for anybody." So I don't know what the hell to believe out of there.
I, the only thing I heard was that the Cubs were going to be big on pitching. They weren't
Yeah.
really going to look for hitters, so
Yep.
don't expect. Well, I don't think Tucker's going to be back at all. He'll probably end
No.
up like at the Giants. I would bet.
A lot of smoke with the Dodgers already.
Yeah, yeah. He'll be a West Coast guy. I think
Yeah.
I'm predicting Giants. I would say Schwarber's gone. You're not. Don't even. So I Bellinger, they're not going to go after. So I
No.
think hitting wise, I think whatever lineup the Cubs are right now, that's what you're going to get.
I think you're going to roll with Casey and Ballesteros.
Yep. And then pitching, obviously they rebuild their bullpen every year, so
Yep.
don't get all too excited. Oh my gosh, they got this guy. Yeah, it's a 1 to 2 year deal most
Yep.
likely, and it's not going to be a big deal. Starter wise, probably that guy from Japan.
Yeah, that's
Um,
the most smoked Tatsuya Amai. Short
yeah,
guy, mid
I don't know.
90s.
Are you Tatsu? Oh, am I? That's his name.
That's the guy that they keep talking about. It's
Yeah, I know.
Tatsuya Amai.
Yeah, Tater Tot. We'll just call him
Yeah,
Tater Tot.
there we go.
So yeah, if
Um,
so he's going to be cheaper, and you're not giving up draft picks. So
but
that's probably what you're looking at.
I feel like you're getting a right-handed Shota Imanaga.
Probably.
Yeah, getting a right-handed Shota Imanaga.
And if you sign him,
Kyle,
Shota will go. I'm going to take that 22 mil.
yeah. Kyle Hendricks retired officially.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most underrated Cubs. I think our boy Denny hated him for some reason.
Yeah, I never got that.
Was,
He's one of my favorite Cubs.
Yeah. Don't
He
win a
was
World
so
Series without
clutch
him.
in 2016.
Yep.
It was like, oh, we got Kershaw. Yeah, we got Hendricks.
Yeah, we got
Have
Kyle
you seen
Hendricks.
Hendricks? I mean,
Yeah.
him and Arietta. Holy hell.
Yeah.
And probably the nicest guy in all of sports.
Yeah. PCA to the World Baseball Classic.
It's cool. I mean, it's cool when you get to represent your country.
Yeah.
I get it, but man, is that really right for him? Like, because you're going to play the
think so.
classic and then you're going to go straight to the season.
No, I think it's good for him. I think anytime. Yeah, I think it gets the competitive juices going, and maybe there's somebody there that can unlock something in him that makes him better. Yeah.
Hey, it works for me. Hey, I'll be rooting for him.
As long as he doesn't get injured, yeah, I'm good with it.
That's my scare. That's my
Yeah.
scare that he gets injured. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's cool. I'm glad he's in there, and obviously, um, I'll be watching. Obviously, rooting for the United States, maybe. Um,
Russia's not playing, so
I mean, if Russia enters the picture, I might.
yeah. Oh yeah, you're definitely
get on
off
that
Russia.
bandwagon.
You're
Hell
gonna
yeah!
You're gonna get the hammer and sickle out and put that right on your chest.
Yeah, I can't wait for training camp. Camp.
All right, player sit. Mine are pretty easy this week. The sit. I think I asked this question to you and Dan. I had to go over to South Park this week and get something for work, and then ended up at Dick's Sporting Goods, which is connected to the mall. Needed something, ended up walking through the mall and go to JCPenney's, and there was a Spencer's there. And I walk into the Spencer's, and it's not the Spencer's back when we were kids, I can tell you that. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but I don't know what you're doing, but
You bought a bunch of stuff from Spencer's. That's what I'm hearing.
no, I got the hell out of Spencer's. Uh, I
Oh, I
got
can
the
put
hell
this
out.
on my computer chair.
I was looking at their cool concert shirts, and I get to the end of the wall, and it's a big wall, and all adult oriented items, toys, gifts, stuff you wear, lingerie. And I'm sitting there thinking, there's an 18-year-old girl
I
working.
know what you were thinking. You're like, I got to try that on. Do you
I
guys
was
got
thinking,
any?
I gotta get the hell out of here.
You got any leather and like a
Uh,
red rubber ball?
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that some young girl was working there. I'm sure she was 18, but it was embarrassing just to be in there at that point in time.
She was like, "Ooh, look at this dirty old
Yeah,
man."
absolutely. So when you go to
Oh,
a
I
bar
thought
or
this was a
restaurant,
place to get coffee.
you go to a bar or restaurant, and they don't allow somebody 18 to serve you beer. And I'm thinking, I'd much rather have them serve me a beer than sell me some of that crap. That I can guarantee you.
You
I
should have just
got
went
the
up to
hell
the
out of there.
counter and said, "You got any extra large chaps?"
Oh my God. I was just like, I gotta get the hell out of here. It was crazy. So that's my sit. When we asked the question, I think I asked the question, what's the legality on that? Can somebody under 18 work there and sell stuff like that?
Is it marketed that way, or is it marketed like as a this? Don't mean this. Is it like a gag gift type
No,
of
I
thing?
wouldn't think so.
Like,
Not a full wall of them.
because Spencer used to be like a gag gift
Yeah,
place, you know.
yeah. No,
I
this
I
was like
haven't been in
this
there
was
in years.
this was like you're walking into TR Video.
What's TR video?
Exactly. You know what TR Video is.
I have
Uh,
no clue what you're
so
talking about.
so that's my sit. Uh, my play for the week, and I'll try and go through it quick. The Internet Invitational. Me and Lynn watched it. They had 6 episodes. For those of you guys who don't know what it is, it's a kind of the brainchild of Dave Portnoy from Barstool. $1 million golf tournament. Ended up being about 1.5 or 6 or something like that because they ran some skins in the middle of it. 48 of the best internet golfers. No PGA guys or anything up there. John Gruden was there. Probably the biggest known name, but he formed a company with the guys who work for Barstool. They're called a Foreplay Podcast. They do all golf stuff. And then there's a group out there called Bob Does Sports that is probably one of the top couple internet golf things out there. They are really fun to watch, but they formed their own company, and invited 48 people down to Big Cedar Lodge in Lake of the Ozarks, or not Lake of the Ozarks, down by Branson, Missouri. And the format was 48 people. They play Ryder Cup. They divide it into 2 teams. They play Ryder Cup style points. 24 and 24. The team that loses, you eliminate 24 people. Well, the first day that they had it, there's a guy by the name of Luke Kwan who was a high draft pick and oversleeps his. I'm gonna give spoilers out, just FYI. Oversleeps his key time, costs his team points, and possibly costs his team the win. And so 24 people got eliminated. It was huge controversy. Then the next day, it's 24 people. They divide up into 12 again. 12 people get eliminated. They go to the final day. They play 36 holes, and just all kinds of controversy. They knock it down to 2, 3. So once they get down to 12, they go 4 3-person teams. They play stroke play, 18 holes, alternate shot. Top 2 teams advance to the finals. Then they play alternate shot, 18 holes, match play. You would not believe the nonsense that was going on in this. There was so much crap. You've heard of Paige Sporanic. She was accused of cheating on there. They had her in tears in the middle of the round, and she was cheating. She said she didn't know it, but she was patting down grass and doing some things that you can't do. Then on
Yeah, but she should know
rangefinder,
better, wasn't she?
she could know better. She played competitive golf. Well, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
what I was
thing
gonna
is,
say.
there was at the beginning of the round, somebody didn't give a putt to her team, and she was kind of complaining about it. And she told Frances Ellis, who's was on one of the teams, she goes, "Well, you can tell you never played competitive golf. You're going to complain about one person not playing competitive golf or saying that, and then you're going to go tamp down grass to
Right.
to give yourself a clear pathway, or her teammate a clear pathway to swing." So that was crazy. Um, then on rangefinders, they have something called slope. So let's say you're shooting downhill and it's 147 yards downhill, but this slope will do the math and it'll say, yeah, you're shooting downhill instead of 147, it's actually like 137. It'll give you the slope number of what you actually should be shooting for. Well, in big time tournaments, they're not allowed. You can't play with slope. You can play with your regular rangefinder, but you can't have slope turned on. There's a guy that most people believe had slope on, which is a big no-no. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it was like the Zapruder film, them going back and looking at footage and confronting them and stuff like that. It was crazy. And this guy's now he's saying, hey, you come after me, that's fine. But people are like calling or like threatening his family and shit like that. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Now, they're playing for $1 million, so it's a serious thing. It's not like it's life-changing money for some of these people. It's not a little thing. So I get some of the heat, but you don't go after people's families. You don't threaten
No.
people. You don't do nonsense like that. But probably the
No,
biggest
you
thing was it was kind of cool. I think you've seen him. There's a guy by the name of Beef. Uh, he works for Barstool. The day that the Internet Invitational was supposed to come out, it was announced that he passed away. He's only like
uh
32 years old, but just a huge guy. I mean, he's a big guy.
yeah.
Um, but just from my understanding, what everybody said, the nicest guy. Every time he would shake somebody's hand, he'd take off his hat, make sure he talked to him, shook their hand with his hat off. Just super positive with everybody. Just crazy. So they delayed the start of this thing by one day. They filmed this back in August. They run them the last 3 weeks, 6 episodes a week, or 2 episodes a week. And they're like 3 hours long, these
Wow.
episodes. But it's pretty cool because this Beef ends up doing well in the tournament. I won't say the whole thing, but it was kind of heartbreaking for my wife because she didn't realize some of the things. Portnoy didn't give anybody any money from this until after it aired because they didn't want anybody spoiling. Uh, so this guy wins some money and he passed away before he even got a dime of it. Which,
uh
knowing Portnoy, he's pretty charitable. I'm guessing he gave it to his family. He's not married. I'm guessing he gave it to his parents and some things like that. So, but if anybody wants to go watch this thing, I found it very, very entertaining. My wife found it very, very entertaining. And there's probably at least 18 hours of it that you can watch.
Good stuff. I might have to check it out. I just watched some clips here and there that I saw on Twitter and all the controversy and stuff like that.
Oh,
So yeah, it's
crazy.
a lot of drama.
Yeah, crazy.
Million
And it was
dollars,
beautiful
man.
down there, too. $1 million, $1 million, $1 million. You don't, if you're going to cheat, I'm all for you getting called out on it. $1 million is $1 million.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. Well, my play in sit, my play is if you're a fan of Landman tonight, I
Yeah,
believe
tonight.
the season 2 starts. And
Yeah.
if you're a guy that likes Allie Larder,
Oh,
she's really good in this show.
yeah.
But no, it's a really good show. I'm looking forward to watching
Yep,
um,
me too.
it kick off tonight. And as even though I'm my early 50s, I do love to still play my video games. And one of the games that I've played for 20 years is Call of Duty. And they just came out with their every year they come out with a new version of Call of Duty. And they're my bad. It is, I will
Really?
still play it, but it's getting corny it's getting away from just what Call of Duty was. Call of Duty became,
Really?
in the
I'm
gamer
stunned to
world,
hear
Call
this.
of Duty was like the game when it first
Mm-hmm.
came out, and it held the top spot for many years. And a lot of people still play it to this day, of course. Still top 3 game every year. But it's brutal. It looks like they rehashed last year's version, and um just starting to get a little corny. Like, okay,
Really?
I get they had some futuristic games where, okay, this happened, then they had, it all started with World War II. That's how the game originally
Yes, I
started, and
remember
then
it.
they did
Yeah.
like Modern Warfare right around the
Yep.
time of the Iraq War and stuff like
Yep.
that. Well, now it's starting to get all Fortnite-ish and stupid
No.
characters, and it's getting a little goofy. And someone posted a picture of the development team of this game, and I could just say, yeah, you can tell that this game is going downhill, because
That's no good.
they need to get back to when they used to have military personnel, you know,
Yeah.
give guidance on the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
This is what happens. This is what happens.
Yeah. Not as much
And
role playing and a little more game playing.
yeah, let's get that. So that's my bad. I'll still play it because,
Yeah.
that's my game. But it's very disappointing, especially when games now are $70. So
Yeah.
it was a big letdown. But Landman, yep, I think I'll watch it tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow for sure. But because I gotta watch football. I gotta see what the Lions do
Yeah.
today.
I want to
So
see that game.
so but yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
All right. That's all I got. Till next week,
All
make sure
right.
you hit subscribe at the bottom of the screen if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify. We've gotten some pretty good feedback on it, so we'll see everybody next week.
Hey, Bears win. Too bad about the Hawkeyes. Hawkeye basketball wins. Hey, that's
Yep.
great. 2 or 3.
Iowa
I'll take it.
women. Iowa women also killed UNI today too. I know you loved your Iowa women.
I'm